Hi everyone, you join me today at Wembury. That's Wembury, not what a Japanese would call the football stadium, but Wembury in South Devon. And the reason I'm here today is I'm about to start the Devon Coast to Coast walk, which is going to take me up through Dartmoor, across the middle of Devon and Exmoor, and we finish off at Lynmouth on the North Devon coast. It's about 117 miles in total, so it's going to be a tough challenge. But anyway, traditionally on a coast to coast walk you're supposed to dip your toes in the sea and pick up a pebble, so that's what we'll go and do. Anything too heavy, perhaps heavy enough as it is. Yeah, that'll do. Nice little pebble. Put it in. Let's put it in. Put it in this one, so it's not going to get lost. Taking all the way to Lynmouth. So here goes. I already had my first very short little climb of the day because I made a mistake and took the valley floor path because the signposting was non-existent. So I've just had to climb up this from the valley bottom down there. Anyway, that's warmed up the cockles, but now we're on the correct path. I'll be honest with you, I haven't exactly done a huge amount of training or preparation for this walk, so I mean no doubt that it's going to prove a challenge, even though it's only a fraction of the length of the coast path walk. It's 2 years since I finished that walk, and I haven't done a huge amount of trekking, as in the heavy pack, since then. So lost a lot of the conditioning I did have by the time I finished that path. And it wouldn't be normal if I didn't have a little moan about the sleep I had last night. I travelled down on the train yesterday afternoon and stayed in the Premier Inn in Plymouth, and unfortunately I'm suffering, well, I'm not suffering, but I've got a bit of a summer cold at the moment, but B, my room was like a sauna last night despite having the window open, and so all the catarrh and snot and whatever is congealed inside my nose to be like thick honey, and so I've had to take a couple of paracetamol because I've got a headache, and I don't feel unwell, just not, you know, comfortable as such. But it stopped me from sleeping last night, just because I was hot and thirsty and just uncomfortable. So it's never the best prep if you don't have a good sleep. But the advantage of staying in a hotel is I did manage to get a nice cooked breakfast inside me, so there's no excuse for not being properly fueled anyway. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this walk, if I'm honest with you. It's something I've been sort of paying attention on, because I couldn't make my mind up. I wanted to do a trail walk at this time, but I couldn't make my mind up which I was going to do. And I'd had this in the back of my mind for a while, and then spur of the moment decision Wednesday last week. Come on, let's just do it. Let's just book a train, book a hotel and go off and do it. And that's about as much preparation as I've done. So I know there's going to be stretches where there's going to be limited campsites available, so it's probably going to have to involve a bit of wild camping. The weather this week is changeable, shall we say. We had quite a mini heat wave last week, but that's long gone. Back down to sort of 18 to 20 degree temperatures. It's overcast at the moment. We might even get a shower or two later on this morning, and then I think the rest of the week is fairly similar. Some dry days, some with a chance of a bit of rain. But anyway, as I say, it's ideal temperatures for walking this sort of weather. Anyway, I've come across my first Plym-Erme Trail signs. Let's turn the camera around. There you can see it. So yeah, the coast to coast involves the I can't even say it, put my teeth back in. The Plym-Erme Trail from Wembury up to Ivybridge, and then once we get to Ivybridge we join the two moors way across Dartmoor and Exmoor. But yeah, it's going to take us a day and a bit to get to Ivybridge. So as I say, I've got no fixed plans, because I know from experience that there's no point trying to kill yourself on the first day. So I'm just going to go with the flow today, especially with this cold. Not having carried a pack for quite a long time. So yeah, see how far I feel like going, and then find somewhere to stay. But stop waffling now, Andy. See, I'm already sweating like a pig. I stupidly didn't fill my water reservoir this morning because the hotel water was not mains water. I meant to do it at the toilets down at Wembury Beach, but of course I forgot. So I've got a tiny bit of water in a water bottle, but not much. So I need to replenish or fill up my water reservoir fairly soon, because the rate is pouring out of me in sweat. I'm going to need to replace it. Oh, here comes a little bit of rain. They did say we might get some. Nothing too major, just a little bit of drizzle, hopefully anyway. What goes up must come down. So all that elevation we've gained, we're now going to lose again. But this is obviously what I'm going to have to get used to. Yeah, so far, I don't know how far I've gone, about a mile and a half, something like that. Yeah, I can tell I'm not used to wearing a heavy pack. There's just so much more effort required when you're walking with a heavy backpack than just with an ordinary day sack. A lot of people who've never done it don't quite appreciate how much extra effort there is. This pack, although it's too heavy by a lot of people's standards, is a lot lighter than my Coast Path pack. It's well, minus food and water, it's 12.5 kilos, but with the food and some water, it's currently about 14.5 kilos. Probably got a bit too much food with me, but not that I'm going to need it the first couple of days, but I know when I go on to Dartmoor I will need some food, as in, you know, hydrated meals or dehydrated meals. So not sure whether I can buy those in Ivybridge, so I brought them with me. Might be a total waste of time, but hey ho. And as I say, I've only got about 3/4 of a litre of water at the moment, which, you know, might be sufficient, because we're going through loads of villages, so hopefully I'll find somewhere to replenish. There is a little stream. I have got a water filter with me, but I don't really want to have to filter water unless I absolutely have to. Better to get it from a tap. There's a choice here. I'm going to find, check the map actually. I'm using OS maps on the phone. We'll just carry on where we are. Yeah, you do need a map. I have got a backup map booklet with the I've got the only guidebook there is to the Two Moors Way, Devon coast to coast, is the Cicerone guidebook. I did buy the actual physical book, but it weighs a ton, so I've downloaded the Kindle version onto my phone. But I did bring the map booklet that came with that guidebook, so I've got a backup copy of all the maps should my phone battery die or phone fail to work or whatever reason. Because certainly on the tops on Dartmoor, I'm aware that there isn't really any way marking whatsoever, and so far I have to say it's not been that brilliant. Well, it has in places, and in other places it hasn't, so yeah, it's always good to have a map with you. I have actually got the app All Trails on my phone, but I haven't actually logged into that for this trail, so I might do that later on in the walk just to see how good it is in comparison to OS maps. But anyway, if I remember, I'll come back to that and explain a bit more about that. And there's some nice cows in the field over there. As I've done other videos, cows don't particularly bother me. I haven't got a dog, so I'm not overly fussed by them. You know, as long as you take reasonable precautions, there shouldn't be an issue. They might come over and say hello because they're quite inquisitive creatures, but there's generally no malice involved. But they all seem quite placid sat over there. I don't know if you can see them with this camera. vaguely remember seeing this on somebody's videos, but I couldn't remember if it was this trail or a different trail. Yeah, ideal. Well, that's me fully hydrated and plenty of water now, but obviously plenty of weight as well. But anyway, on we go. First kissing it to try and get through. Just about make it on this one. Caught up too much. Yeah, a little bit. Quaint little bridge. Well, I presume this might be tidal. I don't know. Into Brixton. Better keep an eye out for all the yardies and Rastafarians. I don't think it's that Brixton somehow, do you? It's fairly well route mapped or way marked, this path, but it's a little bit confusing at times because you get, I don't know if it'll show up against you get the coast to coast sort of sign there, but it doesn't specifically tell you which way to go. So you've got the option here, it's hard to see I'm afraid, public footpath. So this is where you need the map, because yeah, I mean, instinct would tell me to go to the left one, but you'd have to double check, and I have double checked, and it is the left, but it's not immediately obvious. So yeah, I think it's always worth double checking on your map when you come to a sign like that, because there's nothing worse than walking in the wrong direction and having to turn around and come back again. Field full of cows with some quite young calves here, so just got to be a little bit aware. The calves seem to be quite independent, so I don't suppose the mothers are going to be too overly protective of them. But just need to be a little bit aware. It's alright, don't need to run away. Don't need to run away. I'm not going to eat you. Not yet, anyway. There you go. I think that's, is that a bull? Quite a stocky chap, whatever it is. Without getting up, can't tell. It's alright, don't need to get up. I'm not going to get you. You see, they're generally a lot more scared of me than I am of them. As long as you remain calm, don't do anything silly. Well, going to face a problem with cows. Obviously it's slightly different if you've got a dog. Now if you want to know more about how to deal with cows, I'll leave a link in the descriptions to a video I'd made a while back now about should you be scared of cows, etc., and what to do walking amongst them, with a few more tips, etc. It's a gorgeous day now. I mean, that tiny little bit of drizzle we had was literally 20 seconds, and I think that threat of rain is now gone, and the sun's even beginning to poke its head out in places. So you never know, we might get a sunny afternoon, or at least a bright afternoon. It's only, what is it now? Just gone 11 o'clock. I set off from Wembury about 9 o'clock this morning. We've done about 5 miles, so we're not exactly going at rocket pace, but we're making good progress. That was a cheeky little hill. As you can see, sweat pouring off me. Just not far from Yealmpton now, actually. But we're just going through a field. I just turned my camera around. You can see the reddish soil there is around here. That's the first bit I've noticed. But, interesting, because obviously it'll change once we get to the other side of Ivybridge. Yeah, starting to get a little bit weary now, as in need to stop, have a little rest for lunch, etc. But as I say, Yealmpton's not too far away, and I think there's a cafe and there's certainly a couple of pubs, I think, and a shop. So better get some refreshments there and hopefully have a sit down for a short time, and then make a decision as to how far I'm going to push on. Well, I've had a nice lunch at the Rose and Crown at Yealmpton. I ended up with a prawn baguette and a couple of pints of Korov lager, just to rehydrate myself. Yeah, I'm feeling really good, so I've made a bold decision, and I've booked myself into a pub B&B thingy in Ivybridge tonight, so that's another 9 miles to do. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it is now only 1 o'clock, so it's well doable. It's just, it means that the day's mileage will take me up to about 16.5 miles, which, you know, is not excessive, but for a first day is quite a lot. But anyway, we'll just suck it and see. The sun has now come out, so I've slapped a bit of sun cream on, and we'll just see how the afternoon goes. It's currently walking alongside the river. I don't know which river this is. I'll look it up and stick it on the screen. But yeah, quite pleasant. Memorial to St Dunstan, whoever St Dunstan is. Can't say you weren't warned. Although having said that, they're either hiding or they've actually gone onto a different field as well. I can't see any. Starting to get our first views of Dartmoor in the distance. Those hills back there. Yeah, very pretty. A few brambles here. Funny little dark hollow with a bridge. I don't know what this was built for. Interesting. I'll have a look on the map, see if it shows anything. I didn't notice anything when I was looking a minute ago. You can just see through the trees, but I don't know if you'll be able to pick it out from here. But there's, yeah, that's Fleet, or Albury Fleet, or something like that, big estate. And I think that's what that bridge was, part of a private driveway to that place. Yeah, so just saying, there's just a light shower passing through at the moment, but as I'm under tree cover, I'm pretty sheltered from it. So just going to stop here for a few minutes and wait it out, because I can't be bothered to put any wet weather gear on, because I don't think it's coming to anything. Just a light shower. I doubt it'll even show up on the camera actually. Hardly. Don't think I'm going to be walking through that somehow. It's just a big pool of sludge. I'll try the gate. I need 2 yams for this. This time of day, it's actually quite hard work lifting your legs over these gates. You're getting your other leg through before it slams shut on them. This is the last little bit now into Ivybridge, hopefully only about another mile. Weary now, but it's only 20 past 4, so plenty of time. I can hear the roar of the traffic. I think it's the A30. We've got to go across. I don't know if we go over it or under it, but you know, I can hear the roar in the distance.